I've personally closed over 1,000 pre-foreclosure appointments, and every single one of those appointments follows generally the same structure. Most investors are probably going to look at the house and make the appointment about the house. I don't want to make the appointment about the house. I want to make the appointment about them. And today I'm going to walk you through step by step so that you can close more deals. I call it the S.T.E.P.S framework. So let's start first with the S in S.T.E.P.S. It stands for sit and connect. So imagine that you come into an appointment and first thing that you need to do is really shake their hand, right? Get some eye contact, really thank them for having you over. But I know the normal thing is to go look at the house and get your pictures, etc. I really want you to ask to sit down, whether that be at a couch in the living room, whether that be at a table in the dining room. This is a time to get to know them. And you want to kind of flip the paradigm, right? Most investors are probably going to look at the house and make the appointment about the house. I don't want to make the appointment about the house. I want to make the appointment about them. So sit and connect and get to know the seller first. It goes without saying that people buy or sell to people that they like and they trust. So at this point in the conversation, we're not trying to rush the business. We're trying to get to know them and develop a relationship. Now, once we're sat down, we've chit-chatted a little bit, everyone's comfortable, I usually ask the same question at every appointment, and that brings me to the T in S.T.E.P.S. And the T stands for tell me the story. I really want to know everything that has gone on with the seller. So this is the line that you should use to really get them to open up and hopefully kind of word vomit on you. And that line goes something like this. Hey, catch me up to speed on everything that's gone on in the last 12 to 18 months. I want to know everything about the house. There's no detail that's too small. All the details help me figure out how to give you the best advice moving forward. Then I just want you to sit back and listen. Sometimes they can talk to you for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and that's completely okay. You're fact-finding here. And then once they share something, you can often interject and ask a pertinent question to help them go deeper and kind of unpack what they're talking about. And oftentimes, it's this point in the conversation that you can start finding little threads to pull that will help you close later in the conversation. Once they've shared their whole story, you completely understand it, you've asked some follow-up questions, now we're going to transition to the next part of the conversation that has to do with solutions. So this brings us to our E in S.T.E.P.S, which is to explore solutions. Now, when we explore our solutions, what I mean is to go through our 5-option framework. I've spent a lot of time on this channel going through this. I will have my team list down in the description a link to our 5 options framework. But what are those different options? Number 1 is to reinstate. Number 2 is a loan modification. 3 is a bankruptcy. 4 is a cash sale. And 5 is to do some sort of creative option. Now you're going to go through each one of these options, explain it briefly. You don't have to give them a PhD, just kind of give them an overview of what that looks like, and then ask a few questions that helps them understand it, helps cast a little bit of doubt, and kind of guides them away from those options so that they can kind of chop them off as a possibility and hopefully guide them to either a cash sale or a creative finance option to work with you. Again, during this Explore Solutions, you're not trying to push them. You're not trying to hard sell them. You're trying to guide them. You're really giving good advice. You're becoming authority in the situation. You want to become that trusted individual that helps them realize in their own mind that they need to go a particular path. Now, once we go through the 5 options, they're clearly educated, we can segue into the next step of our S.T.E.P.S format here, which is our P, and that stands for property review and pin down. So once you've gone through those 5 options, you're going to kindly ask, hey, look, now that I have kind of an overview of your situation and I understand it at a high level, would it be all right if we take a quick look around the house? Now, this is the time to take them with you, go through the house, get your pictures, look at everything that needs to be repaired, During this time, you're of course taking pictures. You should have at least 100 pictures and videos by the time you're done, but you really want to continue that dialogue with the seller. Continue developing rapport, chit chat, understand their situation. What you don't want to have them do is stay at the dining room table or go somewhere else and you're looking around the house by yourself. That really breaks up the appointment in a bad way. You want to keep that conversation alive, keep that relationship going. Now, once you are satisfied with all of your pictures, you need to go back and sit down where you were, whether that be on the couch or the dining room table. And this is where we go to our other part of our P, which is the pin down. We want to go back through our 5 options, namely our reinstatement, our bankruptcy, and our loan mod, and reaffirm that they don't want that. So we might say, hey, look, we discussed a reinstatement. You don't have those funds to reinstate, right? They'll say, no. So you're saying that reinstatement is not an option? And they say, yeah, it's not an option. So you're pinning them down in that assertion. And you want to do that the same way for reinstatement, loan mod, and bankruptcy. That way, again, they've said it 3 times. These are not options. I really need to go over here. And those are the options where they're working with you. Now that we've gone ahead and eliminated solutions and hopefully came to a solution that they like, we need to go deeper into that solution and make sure that solution actually accomplishes what they're hoping for. And that takes us to our S in STEPS, which stands for secure the plan. So once they've agreed to go down that cash path or maybe that creative finance path, that's great. They've kind of started visualizing working with you, but we really want to dive into that visualization at a deeper level. So we're going to ask them something like this. Let's say that we go ahead and work together. You're going to sell the house. We're not married to each other by any means, but let's say it's 6 months down the road. I want you to paint a picture for me. What would it really look like 6 months down the road if you had an ideal, realistic outcome? Maybe you're in a new apartment. Maybe it's a 3-bed, 2-bath place. Maybe you have a certain amount of money in your bank account. Maybe we've stopped the foreclosure sale. Like, really bring it to life for me. What does that look like? And then sit back and listen. They'll name off the 1, 2, 3, 4 things that are really important to them. And once you have sat back and listened, they've explained that to you, you're then going to say, hey, look, I appreciate you sharing with me. That's a good picture of what you want to accomplish. What do you think that would cost? Now, many times they may share a number. Maybe it's $20K, $30K, $50K. And you simply say something to the effect of, hey, look, if we could do the things that you just listed and get that amount of money into your bank account, stop the sale, etc., is that something that you would want to move forward with today? Many times they'll say yes, and in that situation, you can go grab your purchase agreement from the car, come back in, and go over it. If the numbers don't line up, well, of course, maybe then you want to go over a box with 4 walls situation, which is another framework I teach. Go check that out in the description as well. Helps them overcome situations where they're unrealistic. We might also have to do some light objection handling. Once you're through that, go ahead and get the purchase agreement in place. Now, the part that people forget in our STEPS plan, the S at the end, secure the plan, is of course to go ahead and get what they want in terms of their plan, go ahead and get the agreement. But then what people fail to do is stick around for a little bit longer after you get that agreement. Don't just get all excited and run away. Stay with the seller, spend some time with them. Make sure that they understand what the next step in the transaction is. Make sure everyone's phone number is saved in their phone in terms of your transaction coordinator, your title company, or people that you're working with. Make sure that you have all the documents that you're going to need to stop the sale and move things forward. Again, staying for an extra few minutes builds trust. It kind of reaffirms that they made the right decision. Okay, so we've gone through our full STEPS format. Again, S.T.E.P.S, sit and connect. You want to immediately sit on the couch or the table. T, tell me the story. Say the line that helped me understand the last 6, 12, 18 months. Really explain it to me in detail. That way you understand the story. E, explore solutions. Go over our 5-option framework that's listed in the description below. P is our property review and pin down. So we're going to go take a look at the property, get our pictures, go through our options again and pin them down and help them admit themselves that these things are not an option. This is the path I want to go. Then secure the plan, see what solutions they want in their ideal realistic scenario, get the contract, and go through everything with the seller afterward. And that wraps up our steps framework. I think the biggest mistake that I see investors making is that they feel like they need to reinvent the wheel for every appointment. They walk into a seller's house wondering, what should I ask next? Or when should I bring up the offer? You don't need to reinvent the process every time. You just need to follow steps. Again, those are sit and connect, tell me the story, explore solutions, property review and pin down, and secure the plan. If you'll follow this framework on every pre-foreclosure appointment, you'll build more trust, you'll have better conversations, and you'll close more deals because you'll always know what's next. So if this framework was helpful, comment STEPS down in the comments, and I'll be sure to send this framework over to your email. And if you'd like to go deeper into the whole pre-foreclosure world, appointments, role-playing, objection handling, closing sellers, scaling a company, the niche community might be for you. We have a nationwide network of investors around the country that work on just this niche and wanting to serve sellers at a high level. So if that interests you, click on the link in the description below and set up a time with my team. So again, go ahead and download these, review it, and run these appointments exactly the same way every time so that you get more reliable results. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.